Colby Trotter recognition. Last year, you guys were one of the best transition teams in the country. Is that something you guys want to do again? And do you think this team could be like that?
Yeah, I think you've been listening in on my practice a little bit. We were good last year, and I didn't realize that until after the year. I think we were right at 15 points a game in transition, and with this particular team, because we lost Jarkel Joyner, we lost to Quavion Smith. I would love to play a little bit faster than that, and but we got to run. We got to figure out how to get some easy baskets as much as we can. So I would love to play that way.
Coach, still on the right, third row.
Hey, Coach. Scout Hughes, WBRF. Talk to me a little about MJ Rice coming to North Carolina State. How important is a player of his caliber to be on state squad? And then just how important is it to get a kid from the Triangle to NC State?
Yeah, I've known MJ Rice for at least 5 years and have followed him and recruited him and always admired the way he played. Super fast, very athletic, tough. Gets in the paint. He can really finish around the basket. And when he went into the portal, we had a really good conversation about coming home. Here's an opportunity to play in front of your home crowd, your family, and everything else. And he decided to come to NC State. Tremendous player, McDonald's All-American. I want you to think about this. He went to Kansas with the opportunity to play, and unfortunately it didn't work out in his favor. They had pretty good players who played in front of him, and I think eventually you're going to see a guy that's hungry and has the opportunity to kind of show people what he's really about.
Coach, to your left, third row against the wall.
Hey, Coach. Brian Murphy with WRAL. Commissioner Phillips earlier today said that he's not in favor of inviting all 18 teams to the ACC tournament. I wondered, as a coach, what your thoughts are on what the size of the tournament should be, and if it'd be good or bad not to have all the teams there.
Well, I think we should invite everybody. And here's my thought on that. I think what makes, if I ask you guys to say, tell me what makes the NCAA tournament so special. And everybody's going to say when the 16 seed is able to beat the number 1 seed, or 15-2. I just think when you play in a conference, somehow I hope that we can figure out, how to let everybody go, even if it means extending Tuesday one game or even adding a Monday to it. And you think about this now, we'll eventually get to 18 teams, and that 18 team has the opportunity to upset someone where they start on a Friday and Saturday night they're in a championship. I just think it makes for a great story. So I don't know where we'll end up with that, and certainly whatever the presidents and the AD and Commissioner Phillips decide is best. But if you're asking me personally, I love to see everyone go.
Coach, right side, third row. Raise your hand, please.
Corey Smith with Pack Pride. Kevin, kind of feeding off the MJ Rice question from earlier, has there been any update at this point on his potential return to the team, and what would it mean to this team to have him back in that rotation as well?
Yeah, MJ is back working out with our strength coach, Pat Murphy, and trying to get him into some type of basketball shape. And, certainly, Corey, you've seen him and multiple times, and he can play multiple positions, and he's physical, he can defend and everything else. So it'd be very good to have him back into the rotation. There's no timetable. I don't know what that is. Everything's going to be a day-by-day situation, but he is doing some things with our strength coach.
We're going to come to the first row.
Hey, guys. Good. How you doing? Good. The guy got his cell phone up here. Don't worry about it. If it rings, don't answer.
Coach, right here, first row to your right.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, going off of the fact that you want every team in the ACC, when it expands to 18, to be in the ACC tournament, what are your thoughts on the mega conferences now and the fact that we're ballooning to 16, 18, some trying to potentially get to 20?
I decided a long time ago not to even get involved with that. Like, I have no idea what we're going to look like in 2 years, next year, the year after that. You know, I didn't get, when I took the job at NC State, I didn't get the chance, the choice to say whether I'm playing at Boston College, where I'm going to Miami. I'm going to go wherever they tell me. And it's just about that. You know, a lot of the decisions, as you guys know, are based on football. And that's what it is, and it's revenue, and it's everything else. And I just want to do my part at NC State.
Coach, from the podium, this will be your 7th season as a head coach, but it's the 7th time that your leading scorer hasn't come back. I don't know if there's a question there.
What are you trying to make me cry? What are you doing?
No, I guess part of the question is, and I know it's the wrong way to put it, but how do you find peace with that? How do you get used to it? What is it about your rhythm as a head coach that still allows you to be successful, knowing that that's what you're up against?
Well, I'm an opportunity coach. And so though we lost to Quavion Smith and Jarkel Jonah, I don't know which one was which. I know they both were around 17 points a game. Then I'm really hoping, you know, I hope they're listening a little bit. I'm hoping we can get something from DJ Burns. Maybe he can be the leading scorer and guy who's leaving, or Casey Borsell. Oh, I didn't see y'all right there. But, you know, it's an opportunity. You know, in today's world, you're gonna lose some really good basketball players, and you got to figure out, you know what you're gonna do. We went out and we recruited, 7 transfers and 1 freshman. Maybe one of those guys can lead us and do it in a different way. But I think we got really 2 good veteran guys who had a really good year for us last year. One of the reasons why we made it to the tournament and won 23 games. But to answer your question, I didn't even know that until I got here and somebody told me that right now. So now that I know, I got to start looking at it a little bit more. Maybe I need to cut back on some of those leading score shots that they're taking now.
Well, in all fairness, that's a good communications director feeding me that note, so
Yeah.
I appreciate that.